Well, the old truck is gone. It's a little bittersweet. We ended up buying a minivan, and at that point, the Excursion can really do everything and then some that what the truck could do. I really liked that old truck, but the Excursion has a lot more power. I can tow the whole family with it, and then we have the minivan on long trips. So it went on to a better home. The funny thing about it is I posted it on Craigslist and Facebook for a couple weeks and didn't really have too much interest in it. A couple people reached out to me. Finally had this one guy who seemed very, very interested and said he was coming out that night to take a look at it and probably buy it. Well, he showed up and he gets out of the car and he says, found out that my mom goes to church with you. Well, to kind of give you a little bit of backstory, we go to a church that is like 100 people. So, I mean, we know everyone. And it's like, who is your mom? She gets out and it ended up being someone we went to church with. And he ended up buying the truck and loved it. And so the truck, I felt like, went to a good home. So I felt a little bit better about getting rid of it. I am really looking forward to this fence being done. This barn is such a mess, as you can tell, because we've been just so busy and we haven't been able to clean anything up. So I'm really excited to get this fence done. I think it's gonna happen pretty soon because I have all week off. And so my goal is in the next 7 days to have the buffalo out onto a new pasture. Yeah, I hate to see that truck go, but man, this thing doesn't even compare to that old truck. That truck struggled with just a pallet of concrete, and I can't even feel it with that Excursion. When I put 2 pallets of concrete and then the water on, that truck would hardly even move. And then it has overdrive, which the truck does not. So this is another corner we need to take care of. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 corners up around this pond. And then up to the top around the other pond, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 corners up around that pond. I need a little bit more pipe. We're out of pipe. So those corners up there, I'm gonna have to purchase some more pipe. I think I can get some from a buddy of mine. So we're gonna start working on this first, see how far we can get. I don't know if we can get all this done today, but if we can, then we're gonna go over to my buddy's place, get some more pipe, and then keep going on that. Well, one more down. That wasn't too bad. That's one of the hardest ones to do because you got to drill through that rock. The ones that you don't have to drill through the rock are much easier. Well, I'm not quite done with what we had as far as corners goes. I'm gonna go around and see if we can make another list, supply list. Heidi's gonna help me later this week. And so I think I'm gonna do what I can by myself and then use her help on some of those corners. I miscalculated last time, so I'm going through and making sure I'm not miscalculating this time. We've got a brace on the other side there, if you can see it. Then one there, and then on the other side. Trying to get a pretty good supply list. The stores don't really have what I need, so I'm gonna have to go to multiple stores. This fence is just so many components to it. I don't know if you can see Coyote over there, but he is completely submerged. It's a little too hot for him today, apparently. I'll tell you what, summer is in full swing. It is hot today. We're gonna be buying them all out and then some. We need a lot of those. Well, that's not all of it, just a portion. I looked online and they've got more, I guess, selections online of different stores, but I found that our local stores, our local farm and ranch stores, have better prices than what I've found online. The problem is high tensile electric fence is not that common. Like, I mean, it's common, but it's common enough for them to carry supplies, I should say, but it's not common enough for people just to be fencing in it every day. So they only carry a small amount of supplies. It's really never enough to do a whole fence. So we're gonna see how many stores we can raid. I emptied them out as far as all the components that I need there, and we'll see if we can raid some more farm and home stores in the next coming days. Right now, I need to go get some oil field pipe from my buddy and see if I can finish up all the corners. So I sure have not caught any swarms, but a friend of mine has, and he's caught a couple of them, and he ended up giving one of them to me. So this is one of them. So that's the box that hung in the tree that caught the swarm. What we will do is we'll leave that there for about a day or two, and then I'll get another brood box like that. We'll set it right there, and then we'll transfer those frames over into it, as long as everything looks good, and it does so far. They look pretty vibrant and healthy. So now we've got 2 beehives. This pipe here is just a little bit bigger than this and what we've been dealing with. I've got a special place for this one, but you're gonna have to stay tuned to a later date.
So we're out here trying to finish up this fence this week. Noah took off a week of vacation from his day job, try to finish it up, and I guess that's what a farmer's vacation looks like. I've got a cold, so my voice is a little weird right now. We actually all have a cold, but we're gonna see what we can get done. We got the kids down here with us. You'll probably hear them in the background from time to time, but as we've mentioned in previous videos, we're just choosing not to put them in film right now. So we got Noah over here clearing out some of the fence holes that have filled in a little bit so we can get these pipes set, and I will go and move some concrete for him. These bags weigh 80 pounds, so I'm gonna get my workout in today. When he does something, you can guarantee he's going to try to do it well. He might have some crazy ideas sometimes, but he's going to give it his all. moving on to the next corner. I love being out here working with my husband. He has blessed me so much. He has given me 6 beautiful children. He has worked so hard for this farm. He has just been amazing to be married to and just do life with.
But I think we have 3 more to go. We've got all the pipe cut now. I thought I was going to have a whole bunch more concrete left over, but it looks like we're actually going to need a few more bags. So I think we're going to head up to the pond. We're going to do probably 1 more before it gets dark on us, and then we'll have 2 more corners to go in the morning. It's been quite a week so far, and we are just getting started. Well, we ran out of daylight to be able to get another one of those corners done last night. So we have 3 corners still left to go.
These guys are growing so fast, it's almost time to get them out to pasture.
We'll have that project a little bit later in the week. I think I'm gonna build what they call a chicken tractor, which is kind of like a Joel Salatin type of thing. And we'll get them out to pasture, but first we gotta get this fence done. You know how everything works. I picked the absolute hottest week so far of the year to take off and get this fence done. It's been close to 100 degrees about every day, and it's gonna be the same today. I think it might be cooling off a little bit tomorrow in the 80s, and then Thursday, and then Friday and Saturday, and it's heating back up again, 100 degrees. So we need to get this done. Anyway, we've got these 3 here, got 3 more there, and then 3 more up on the corner. I don't know if we're gonna have enough concrete depending upon how deep these holes are. So we'll see if we can get it all done with that concrete. If not, then we'll have to go out and get more, which is another trip, which is unfortunate because usually a whole trip takes an hour or 2 hours just to run out for one thing. Heidi's up at the house getting the kids ready, and then she will be joining me shortly. Okay, that's the last one. I think we're a little short on concrete, just by a couple bags. I thought I was gonna have a whole bunch extra, but I didn't calculate right, unfortunately. So anyways, we're gonna go up to the city tomorrow, I think it is. So I'll get some more concrete then, but this is the last corner. Moving on, we need to take and brace these corners with high tensile diagonally, and so we'll start on that first. We're gonna switch out trailers. This trailer is a little too big and too cumbersome for what we're doing next. So finally, most all the concrete's done and most all the oil field pipe is done. You really have to walk it to figure out where all your divots are and where you need a T-post on a high side or a low side. And that's really what we're doing now. I already did a top-down map of kind of a rough idea of how many T-posts, but now we're figuring out how many we actually need, because let's say there's just that one gully where you forgot about, and then that will tell us how many pin lock insulators we need also. So these T-posts need to be put in just a general area. They don't have to be exact. And so what I ended up just doing is just measuring out my stride. So 20 steps is approximately 50 foot. So that's what I'm doing. I'm just going down the field and just going about 20 steps and saying about 50 foot, that's where my T-post is. Before now, I've always put my T-posts about 30 foot apart. I'm trying something new this time to see if we can spread it out a little bit farther. With these high tensile lines, they say you can go up to 100 to 150 foot depending upon the terrain and if you need T-posts for divots or not. So I'm going to try a little bit farther depending upon if we need more for divots, and we'll see if we like it, and if we don't, then we can add more T-posts later. 6 T-posts, 6 donut insulators, 10 pin lock insulators, 2 inline wire strainers. 19, 20, 50 foot there. I think that will work. Got to jump across this section that my neighbor dug for the bison last year. Bison are over there in that field. There was a video that we made that this actually got dug out and made a little bit of a pond over there for last summer, and now it's ours. Crazy how things change very quickly. Well, that was quite an ordeal. Went to about 4 or 5 different stores, and they were all like 25, 30 miles apart from each other. Ended up what we have here. I still got to go and get T-posts, I believe, in the morning. We'll either do that tomorrow or maybe the next day. And then I have a few more of these inline strainers, these wire strainers, to purchase also. It was actually still worth it to make that run. It was a lot cheaper than buying online. I'm not sure if the stores haven't changed their prices with all the inflation yet or not. It was actually a lot cheaper in store than it was online, so that made it worth it, even though we wasted half of a day today. So now I just need to get all this organized. We don't have too much daylight left this evening. We'll probably get another hour and a half worth of work done, and then we'll hit it again tomorrow. Okay, I think we're finally organized. We got all of our supplies in here, minus the T-posts and a few of these inline strainers. Mostly everything is here. Got my welder, got generator. So let's go start tying in some braces. I hardly ever use that little truck bed trailer, and I was planning on selling it, but after I got rid of the truck, I'm starting to use it a lot with this excursion. Surprise, surprise. So I might hang on to it for a little while. We weren't supposed to get storms tonight, but sure looks like something's brewing. Sure looked like he wanted to race us. Here's our first one, number 1. We're gonna basically just mimic. We're going to weld a tab down here. That way the wire stays put. And then we will run a wire all the way to the top. We'll also weld a tab on the top here so it stays put. And then put this inline strainer, they call it, right here. And that keeps it really, really tight. This was put up, almost a year and a half ago now, and it is really, really tight still. And that just holds the whole structure of that H-brace. So all these H-braces are gonna get done that way. Instead of welding a tab there, decided to see if we would stick a screw in it and maybe that would be quicker, possibly, because it takes a little while to set up this welder and get it all set up, ground down, and ready to go. So maybe that might be faster, but I forgot the screws. So I'm gonna head up to the house, grab the impact and some screws. The Buffalo decided to come over and inspect, and I guess everything looks good because they're heading off. Perfect. That will be able to hold that wire from letting it drop down. I like it. When we were using hedge posts on our last farm, what you would do is you would wrap that wire around there, and then you'd take a staple and you'd staple that wire on to keep it from moving up or down. But you can't staple into this metal, so what I had been doing is taking a nail and welding a nail, just a piece of a nail, onto the end of that. But I like that better because it's faster. Now let's see if it holds on okay. Well, guess what? We're out of daylight. So we got one done. It took me a little bit to remember how I wanted to do it. Last time I did these at my old farm, we wrapped these around twice, and then we came down and we met them twice. So there was 2 of these braces coming down, but there was a larger diameter hedge post that was around that, which actually kept it away from the wire. So because this is a smaller diameter post, it's going to be closer to the wire. We only went with 1 bracing wire, so it's not as strong that way. But if I did it the other way, I'd have to have some sort of insulator that actually pushed it away from the wire the entire span, or some sort of tubing. So this will work. That's how I did it on this fence. If it breaks or anything like that, we'll come back and fix it. But I've had this fence up for quite a while and I haven't had any issues. So this will go a lot faster with Heidi's help. She was a tremendous help to me today, and we've got all of the posts in. They're all set, and like I said, we just need to put these braces in, and this is the fun work to me. The posts, they're a pain, but this to me is the fun work. I like working with this high tensile wire. So appreciate you guys' support. I'm gonna break this up into 2 different videos. This video has gotten a little too long, unfortunately, so we will see you guys next time. Next time you guys tune in, we will be working on all of these H braces, and then the T-posts, running wire, and then cross my fingers, we might be able to let the Buffalo out. So look forward to that. Thank you guys for your support. If you're interested, check out our Patreon or our merch page on our website, brokenarrowbison.net. Thanks guys, we'll see you next time.